Okay guys, so in this lesson we will be looking at fabric anatomy, one of my favorite topics. All right, so we're looking at this beautiful print here, but overall your fabric has names and terminology for different use. Okay, so depends on what you're doing. To ensure that your garment hangs professionally, you need to know the terms, you need to know the structure of your fabric itself. So let's get started. So first thing we're gonna start with here is the raw edge. I think most of us know the raw edge of the fabric. So the raw edge is where you and I take our scissors and we cut through the raw edge. So this part, of course, of the fabric is called the raw edge. And what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to move this fabric just a little bit down here. So whether the raw edge is this way, right, or this way, this is the raw edge of the fabric. Okay, so I'm just going to focus mainly on the top and the sides part. All right, so this is a very interesting part now. It's called the salve edge. So the salvage of the fabric. So let me just explain the salvage of the fabric a bit. So the salvage of the fabric now is pretty much the manufacturer edge, the edge that actually comes from the from the factory itself. So that is a natural clean edge of the fabric. It's called the salve edge. Okay, now on the salvage you do get a lot of information on the salvage. Like for instance, this here, I just leave it up here because you could actually see the different part, but it's the same thing here. It's just that it's just one solid color. So on the salvage, usually you would see the name of the fabric. You would see a lot of information on the salvage of the fabric here. So here you would actually see the name here. You would see it's wax. You would see you know, different information about the fabric here. Sometimes you see also the amount of percentage of the fabric on the salvage. So let me just show you another fabric here. So I'm gonna pull out one of my 100% cotton fabric. So I'm just gonna like put it over here a bit so you can see. Okay, so in this case here now, let me just take this out. In this case, you know, this is the raw edge, as you can tell, because that's the edge that you and I cut you, and then this is the salvage here. So let's look at the salvage for this particular fabric, and then we'll come back to the original fabric we have here. Okay, so on the salvage now, so just look carefully. You will see it give us some information here, different language. It tell us a few things here, and then it also give us the let us know that is 100% cotton. So you know this is genuine cotton, 100% itself. It tell us it's labeled on the salvage. It also tell us on the salvage here now. If you see all these different numbers here from 1 to 12, not all fabric have that, but this one was unique enough to have it. So I just want to let you guys know. You see all these colors here. We have brown, we have blue, we have pink. All these colors on the side here make up actually the colors of the fabric. If you see, this is a diverse color, different colors here. So it just tells you here the different colors that actually make up the color that make up the fabric itself, make up the print itself. Right, so that's the unique thing about the salvage. But the salvage is very, very important itself. We dive into salvage and understand it in a deeper level when we go, of course, to the advanced classes. But this is the strongest edge of the fabric. Keep that in mind, and as we go along. Okay, so let's move along here. All right, so we got that raw edge, salve edge. Now we're gonna look at the right side of the fabric. So of course my fabric is on the right side. That's something you'd always hear in sewing. Right sides, keep your fabric right sides to wrong sides, or wrong sides to right sides, or the right side of the fabric, of course. And what I'm gonna do here, just gonna slide it on the side here to keep it, you know, this is the right side of the fabric. And of course we have the wrong side of the fabric. So we know the wrong side of the fabric is inside. So let me just lift this up here now. We know this is the wrong side of the fabric, right? So this is the inside of the fabric, the wrong side of the fabric, the right side of the fabric. So I'm gonna put this right here. So we know this is the inside, the wrong side, this is the right side. Now guys, let me just give you a little tip, quick tip. Let's say you have a fabric and all the sides are the same. Pretty much the print is just, you just can't figure out which is right, which is wrong. You know what? Just use your own judgment and decide which side is right and which side is wrong for you, because, you know, the game have to go on, right? Like if you're not sure where is the right side or where is the wrong side, you just have to pick a side and just use and go on with your garment. That's pretty much, you know, a quick tip there. Okay, so we have right side, we have wrong sides. Now we have something called here now, in the fabric there is yarn. Okay, there is the lengthwise yarn, go this way, and then there's a crosswise yarn. Okay, so that makes up the fabric. Now in fabric anatomy now, we call that your grain line. So if you look closely at your fabric, you will see that there is threads on your fabric. Like when we pull it out, I mean, some of you guys will tell, if you know how you have been working with fabric, there is thread. So if you look here, you know, close to your fabric, when you cut it through, you would actually see threads. Sometimes if you pull the thread, you would either go, you could be able to pull it out, or you could pull it on the side. So lengthwise grain run this way of the fabric, right? And then the crosswise grain run that way. So the yarn is this way. The lengthwise yarn is this way, and the crosswise yarn is this way. Now on the fabric itself, we consider it to be grain. So it's also the yarn, but in terminology that you and I could really dive into is the grain, right? So we have the lengthwise grain, which is also called the wrap. Okay, so lengthwise grain is also called a wrap. So I'm gonna put it on it here, and then we have the crosswise grain. So the crosswise grain, which is called the weft. Okay, so all this is the same. So whether it's yarn, which we're not gonna mention yarn in the terminology when we understand the fabric as we go along, of course, in our advanced classes, you would more be familiar with lengthwise or crosswise or grain itself. So lengthwise grain, crosswise grain itself. Okay, so this is the lengthwise grain, and this is the crosswise grain, the diagonal of the fabric. Now, the lengthwise grain is usually the strongest part of the fabric, and it's something you would hear me talking about, especially if you go to the different classes, parallel to the selvage. So that means you want to make sure that your grain line is parallel to the selvage. So let me show you what the grain line looks like on your pattern piece. Now, this would be your grain line, right? And this would be the lengthwise grain. So this is your grain line on the pattern piece. Would definitely go parallel to the selvage, so identical to the selvage of the fabric. Okay, so just keep that in mind just for now. And then we have the crosswise grain, and then this would be your grain line here, the crosswise grain. So I just have grain line here. So whether it's this way or this way, it's your grain line itself. Okay, so lengthwise grain. I'm just gonna put this underneath here. Lengthwise grain, and then crosswise grain. Okay, and then now we have the fold of the fabric. So let me just pull this up here. So I'm just going to pull this down a little bit. Then we have the fold of the fabric. As we can tell, the fabric is on a fold. So this part of the fabric, of course, is the folded area of the fabric. Okay. All right, and then we have the bias now. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to move this up a bit, and I'm going to take this, I'm going to bring it back, of course. I'm going to just put it on the bottom side. So I'm going to show you what the bias looks like. So I just put it down here. So the bias now is when you place your fabric at a 45 degrees angle, right? So this is at a 45 degrees angle, right? And then you have your bias here. Okay, so let's say you're working with a woven fabric, and this is a woven fabric, by the way, and we'll talk a little bit about woven and knit fabric as we go along, but this is a woven fabric. Let's say you want a little bit of stretch. Maybe you want to do a band, or you want to do a collar, or you want to do a strap, and you want a little bit of stretch on a woven fabric. Now, woven fabrics tend to be more stable than knit fabric, which is more stretchy, which is that stretch. All right. So in this case, that you would want to put your you would want to use the bias. If you pull, usually there's just a little stretch here. Not much stretch, depends on the fabric, but you would find some sort of stretch here if you pull it through. So this is called the bias itself. Okay, so the bias of the fabric, or the true bias itself. Okay, so 45 degrees angle here, then you get your bias itself. Okay, so that's pretty much it here. So let me just leave this here, and I'm going to just go in a little bit deeper here now. So once we get that part and we understand it well, very, very well. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take out some of my my stuff here, and I'm going to show you how your fold and your grain is on your pattern pieces. Okay, so on your pattern piece now, you have your grain line, as we talked about earlier. So it's your grain line, and your grain line must go parallel to the selvage of your fabric. Okay, to make sure that your garment is cut out nicely. You wanna, I like to say nicely, yes, but you wanna make sure that your garment is cut out professionally. That's the word, guys, professionally. Make sure that it hangs well on your client or on you, right? You wanna make sure that you cut it professionally. That is key in sewing, guys. So this here on your pattern piece, let's say you decide to make patterns from our classes, or you decide to buy your own pattern. So this is the grain line itself. When you have the grain line in your pattern piece, it tells you that you have to put your folded part, the folded part of the fabric. It has to be on a fold. So this tells you automatically, oh, this means that I have to put my pattern piece on a fold. Okay, guys. Now this here now, which is the grain line and is the selvage, it means now that my selvage must run identical. Sorry, my grain line must run identical to my selvage. So let's say this end to that end is, well, I don't know, maybe 5 inches or 8 inches. This side must be 8 inches and this side must be 8 inches as well. Okay, so you make sure that you get it identical. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of get some of the some of our patterns. That's what we made, some of the pattern that some of our students had learned or will be learning in our advanced classes. So let me just show you. So this here now is my pattern piece, and this is my pattern piece. So it's the one that you and I made, right? And then we put our grain line, our pattern on our pattern piece, and we put our fold, right? As I showed you the fold earlier. Okay, so this fold means that this here, and you can see this is my front part. This fold here must be exactly on the folded part of the fabric, just like this, right? In order for me to get my particular style. So it must be on the folded part of the fabric, and then of course I would cut it out and continue on with my garment. Now this here now have to be parallel to the selvage. So you want to make sure that it is identical. So let's say, let me just put a number here. Let's say this is 3 inches away from here to here. Okay, guys, this must also be 3 inches away from here to here, right? Let's say it's not a standard, guys, right? So let's say it's I don't know, it's 5 inches away. Let's put 5 inches away. Let's say 5 inches away from here to here. Also down here must also be 5 inches away. So you know it's parallel itself. It's straight. That once you cut your garment, you would get it nice and even. It would hang professionally on your client, or of course on you. And that would be for our advanced class when you step up that level. All right, so I'm hoping all this makes sense. I know it's a lot, but the thing is, sewing is not just, oh, I just take up something and I sew. There's a lot of knowledge to learn in sewing, and I'm hoping this was helpful.